in western Kentucky, right along the Ballard-Carlisle County line. It's moving into western and southwestern McCracken County. This is extreme northwestern Graves County. I think it will miss that. Boy, that newest update, it really shows that hook. It is really wrapped up. It is showing signs of a tornado on the ground headed towards Highway 62 right now, and we're still seeing that low CC correlation that could be the possibility of debris on the ground with this, or debris in the air, I should say, as a tornado is likely on the ground with this system moving into McCracken County. You can see that rotation right there. So let's get it, everybody caught up to date. We'll kind of take a look at the whole radar on hold. We've got another kink that I'm watching very closely coming out of the Fulton-Hickman County areas, well, right around the Hickman County line to the Ballard County or the Carlisle County line as well, which may go into Graves County. The rest of the line has weakened just a bit. The northern area we were watching very closely, still showing some signs of rotation in southern Illinois, but right now it is not as intense as it was. But let's go ahead and take a look once again at our two cells that we're worried about. One, radar seems to tell us that there's a tornado likely on the ground moving into southwestern McCracken County right now. And this is the other one I'm concerned with. You see, that looks very similar. And if you look at this little thin line right here, that's the gust front out ahead of the storms. And whenever these little kinks come in contact with that gust front, we can wrap up a tornado. And that looks like what has exactly happened with this system right here. And we've got another little kink that we're going to be watching right here. This is to the east of Arlington, but definitely radar's indicating a likelihood of a tornado on the ground moving into southwestern McCracken County as we speak, moving right across Highway 62, I think it is. I'm going to zoom into that area a little closer. You can see new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued to cover the entire line, but here is that kink, and you can really make out this rotation. It's coming right in over Highway 62, and you can see this increase right here in what we call reflectivity. This is more than likely the tornado actually on the ground, the debris that could be showing up in the air from First Alert Doppler Network. Let's see if it's still kind of lining up, if this is a drop in the colors, and it is. It's right there. And does it match up still with our reflectivity, or I mean our velocity? It does. We've got a spin right there. Everything's matching up. So again, and this is right along the Ballard-Carlisle County line, and it's moving into southwestern McCracken County as we speak. Still shows that tight wrap right there, just updated. It is now in McCracken County. Possible tornado moving into McCracken County. Graves County, the northwestern parts of Graves County, you are in a warning as well for a tornado, but the actual spin looks to be going just to your north. These are a lot of times these quick little spin-up tornadoes right in this general area. I'm going to zoom in even more because we're entering a fairly populated area, and I want to get as many roads to pop up to give everybody lead time to get in shelter. And you can see it's headed towards this general area right here. Some roads have popped up. So let me pan off to the west, and you'll notice we've got it looks like old Lovelaceville Road. That's where the debris is right there. Also Hooker Road. You definitely want to be Harris Road. You want to be in your safe spot. New Hope Road. This is headed right towards you. This is not likely rain. This appears to be debris on First Alert Doppler Network. There could be some rain wrapped in as well, but the correlation coefficient kind of hints at us that is some debris, and there's a possible tornado on the ground right now moving into the heartland, or moving into McCracken County, I should say. I'm going to pan things out. I want to take a look at the entire warning area that we have. Again, we just got a new blanket warning for all of southern Illinois, and well, not all of southern Illinois, but a good bit of southeastern Illinois. And we're also seeing the possibility of that continuing into western Kentucky. And they have put the tornado possible line, of course, with this line. We're watching 3 areas of rotation right now with this line of storms. We're watching one area of rotation that is moving into the Paducah area right now. We're watching another area of rotation that is just east of Arlington, and a third area of rotation that is moving into Johnson County right now. So let's kind of go ahead and take a look at all these areas of rotation that are moving through the area to keep everybody out of harm's way or keep you safe that are in harm's way. This is what we call a bookend vortex, just to the north of Joppa, and every once in a while you'll get quick spin-ups along it. So very gusty winds are likely as it moves into the parts of, this is moving across Massac County and going to be moving into Pope County. The circulation is right here, and it's going to be headed pretty close, just to the north of Round Knob along Interstate 24 and right along Highway 45. We can look at the winds inside here, and this is the same circulation that we were tracking, that Lisa was tracking forever across parts of southeast Missouri. Again, at the surface, the circulation is very, very broad, so we don't think we have a tornado with this, but there is circulation up in the clouds, so we still need to pay close attention to that system. And here's our big concern. There is a tight circulation right there lining up with the reflectivity, and you'll see this hook, big inflow notch, likely a tornado with this in southwestern McCracken County. This is headed towards the city of Paducah right now. Paducah, you are not in a tornado warning. You are in a severe thunderstorm warning with the possibility of a tornado, but just to your southwest, there is a tornado warning, and there it is. We've got very tight circulation. It's very close to the radar, and you can see it spinning right there across southwestern McCracken County. We'll see if there's any more signatures of debris, and it's so close. Sometimes it's very hard to see the debris this close up, especially on the first tilt, but I think that this right here is definitely seeing the possibility of some debris wrapping around. So I think that we do have a tornado that is on the ground in southwestern McCracken County in western Kentucky as it continues to move off to the northeast at about 45 miles per hour. We'll kind of pan down. I want to take a look at that other kink we were watching near Fancy Farm. Again, right here, this concerns me. No official tornado warning now, but we may see another tornado warning issued shortly if this continues. This is looking very similar to what we saw up in Paducah, except it's not quite as strong to the east of Fancy Farm, but we are seeing rotation trying to develop, and anytime you get these little kinks out ahead of the line, that's how you can get these quick spin-up tornadoes to develop, and that make them kind of dangerous because they just kind of sometimes can form out of nowhere really, really fast. And we are seeing a lowering of the CC in there, but not enough for me to think that we have debris. You can see it just looks like some mix in there. So we'll continue to monitor that as well. Let's go down to the south just a little bit more for our folks closer to the Tennessee border and the folks that watch us in northwestern Tennessee, because we continue to watch this. New tornado warning was issued going into the Paducah area as well. We'll talk more about that, but notice the line is weakening the farther south you get. A pretty good storm over Union City right now, but the main concern with this, winds up to 60 miles per hour. So let's take a look at the entire heartland. We're going to zoom back out, and you'll notice that the new tornado warning is going into effect, and that does include the Paducah area. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some of the particulars on this tornado warning. There's that hook. Tornado warning is in effect until 5:15. I know we have a news program that's going to be coming on at 5, but we'll be going with this as long as there is a threat of a tornado moving into the area. And this is moving into a highly populated area right now. You can see this tornado warned storm moving right into Paducah. So let's go ahead and take a little closer look at that and zoom on in, and then we'll stop the motion and see if we're still seeing the possibility of a tornado that could be on the ground, because earlier it did look to me that we were seeing a debris ball, and it still looks like there's a debris ball. I'm going to walk over here and see if I've got any more information, if there is a spotter that has seen anything. And so we still see a possible, capable of producing a tornado, and it's moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. We do see, well, we've got some questions. Other people are thinking we're seeing some debris as well, and I do believe that we are seeing a debris ball right there. I think we are seeing a tornado on the ground, and it's been on the ground for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's crossing Highway 339 right now. This is just to the south of Lone Oak, and this rotation is going to be going right into the southern parts of Paducah right in just a few minutes, actually. Let's we're going to back things up just a bit and take a look at track on this storm to give everybody an idea. Again, this is moving off to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour, and I may need to back up just a little bit more because I know when they're moving fast, they cover a lot of ground. So we're going to pan things back to the south and west, and we're going to track this off as it moves into the Paducah area. Again, this is a radar indicated tornado, but at times it does look to me like there was debris on the radar, which makes me think that this is on the ground. And you can see some of the communities that'll be moving in. I'm not sure why Paducah didn't pop up. It's moving into the southern area of Paducah. That's 15 minutes, so that's going to be about 8 minutes. You need to be seeking shelter in the southern side of Paducah, Oakdale, Unionville. We need to be seeking shelter in our basement if we have one. And then again, if we don't have a basement, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible by getting on that lowest level of your home in that center interior room. So again, I'm going to zoom in even further. We're going to get some of these roads that are going to pop up here shortly because I want everybody to know where this is headed. Again, this is headed towards Highway 970. We're going to get a lot of roads to pop up here. Again, this is the Lone Oak area. The possible tornado is down here at the bottom of your screen. South Gum Springs Road, Lutz Road, Longview Drive, Lakeview Drive. Again, anybody in the Lone Oak area, this is where we have that possible tornado moving in. I'm going to change something here again, and we're going to, I know it looks kind of ugly, it's very pixelated, but I use this because this is true data, and this can help me correlate things a little better. We could be seeing debris right here where this purple is, and I want to kind of see if everything lines up with this area, as we could be seeing a tornado on the ground. There's that circulation. It's fairly tight. You can see that fuchsia going away, bright green going towards, and this is looking like we probably have a tornado on the ground. We've got some very low correlation coefficient, so it wouldn't surprise me. I haven't had any reports that I know of. Lisa's watching as well. No reports so far?
No reports, but the power's out in Lone Oak right now. Just got word of that from the National Weather Service.
So the power's out in Lone Oak, right where this hook is. I really think that we have a tornado based on what I'm seeing on the radar. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but there is a tornado warning out for a reason, and it was looking like there was debris being shown with it as we started crossing the Carlisle, Ballard County line into southwestern McCracken County. Now, for you folks in Graves County that are in this tornado warning, you can see the circulation is well to the north of Graves County, but there is another circulation we're watching just north of Mayfield. You see that kink right there. We'll take a look at that closely. I want to scope that to see if we have any signs of rotation in there as well. And you'll see as we do this, there's a little kink trying to form right there. Let's make sure that appendage isn't debris. And it's probably not, but it's getting pretty dicey for me. So if you're in northern Graves County, let's just go ahead and act like this severe thunderstorm warning is a tornado warning with this kink right here, because it looks very similar. It's not quite as strong as the one that's going into Paducah, but it's getting there. Just to the north of Mayfield, this kink right here moving off to the northeast at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. It's going to be crossing Highway 45 any minute now, Highway 1684, Highway 131, all these areas I'd be getting in my basement if I lived in northern Graves County. This is north of Mayfield, Kentucky. This is in the northern part of Graves County. Now it looks like it's wrapped all the way around. So we'll take another look at the wind here to see if we've got that. And the wind hasn't updated yet. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But it's kind of hard to get rain to wrap all the way around something and leave a donut hole if there's not rotation. So we're going to continue to monitor that as well. This is going to be for northeastern Graves County. We need to go ahead and act like there's a possible tornado forming right there on the edge of this line of storms that'll be headed off to the north and east. Now, the storm that's moving into Paducah right now, we still have that extremely tight inflow notch right there. This is the rotation right here. This is the possible tornado. We could be seeing debris, the possibility of tree limbs or whatever may be being held up high in the storm, and we're still seeing, yeah, going away, boy, that is some strong winds let's get an idea of what's going on with this. This is a very tight couple. This is the tightest we've seen all day with strong gusty winds. This is in the Lone Oak area, and let's hope that this is kind of noisy because we don't want this reaching the ground, I'm sure. Oh, it's going to be talking about the roads. Let's try to get off the road and give me a wind estimate on that. Yeah, 112 miles per hour, gate-to-gate shear 74. That is a tight rotation right here moving through the Lone Oak area. And let's just hope it's not on the ground because that is pretty strong moving through Lone Oak, Hendron. And again, this right here, that's the southwestern part of Paducah. Like we said, it's moving into Paducah. So as we take a look at this, here's Paducah, riverfront right up over here, the southwestern part, Highway 60, all this area is under the gun. This couplet is moving into Paducah right now. So folks in Paducah need to be taking shelter as this tornado is this possible tornado is moving into your area as we speak. Very, very strong gusty winds at the least with this. I know we had mentioned that the line looked like it was weakening, and it did look like it was weakening, but it just kind of surged up in two areas. And look at there, we've got that other kink that we're talking about in northern Graves County, northeastern Graves County, and you can see it matches up perfectly with that donut hole. We'll go ahead and act like we've got a tornado spinning up possibly right along this area as well in northeastern Graves County. So if you're just tuning in and you're wondering what's going on, we were on the air for quite some time earlier. Lisa was tracking some tornado warnings across southeast Missouri. We got a lot of activity building behind this, but this is mainly rain. This is our line of severe thunderstorms. This should be it today, and hopefully this is it for a while, severe weather-wise. We will still have some pop-up storms possible at a few locations, but it does look like the pattern is going to change. But we've just been getting hit after hit after hit, and we're getting one more now as it continues to go through the area. We're going to stop this real quick, and I want to put what I want to do is put a line track on this line of severe storms to give you an idea of how much longer we're going to be dealing with it. Not only for you folks at home, but for the folks in the booth, folks here at work. We're all trying to plan our evening with how we're going to be handling this. And you can see this line of storms will be out of the area by 6:35. By 6:35, it's gone. But we still have to get through Paducah in 2 minutes. And that's that tornado moving in there right now that we talked about. Elizabethtown at 5:40. Murray, Kentucky, the bottom end of the line at 5:40. Princeton, one of our farther east cities we cover, at 6:16. So by 6:30, we're going to be saying goodbye to this line of storms. We'll still have rain, we'll still have thunder in a few areas with this activity behind it, but the severe weather threat should be diminishing pretty rapidly. So I'm going to zoom right back into the Paducah area. Lisa, if you hear anything on this, feel free to just blurt it out. Don't feel bad about interrupting because I just want information if you get it. So
yeah, the only information we're getting right now is that they're continuing that warning still. We just saw it be trimmed a little bit. It is a radar indicated tornado as well as the possibility of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I know you just showed the winds and they were looking very intense color-wise. So more than anything, going to be dealing with some stronger winds. Also the possibility of some moderate size